My like everybody with my mother. If you just mad that it's not you, what you talking about? All right, and then let's really get into it.
Fran recently went through a tough time after someone called the cops on her, claiming she was unfit to take care of Junie. If you've been following her journey, you know things have been challenging for a while now, especially since Blueface exposed her. But things really took a turn for the worse when she posted a photo of herself with Blueface mugshot tattooed on her face. That was already shocking enough, but then it was revealed that Junie had fetal alcohol syndrome, a detail Fran hadn't shared before. As soon as people found out, they started attacking her online, and she lost thousands of followers, along with receiving a ton of angry threats from people who were upset about the situation. Things only got worse when someone decided to actually follow through on those threats and called Child Protective Services on her. Word is that Fran might be at serious risk of losing custody of Junie if these complaints keep piling up. But before we dive into that, let's take a step back and look at how things got this bad. Honestly, it's no one's fault but Fran's. So, here's where the drama started. A few days ago, Fran made a big announcement on Instagram, saying she was moving back into Blueface's house. A lot of people were disappointed, but honestly, nobody was really surprised. She's done this before, and it seems like she just can't stay away from the chaos. But the real mess came a few days later when Fran posted a picture of a new tattoo, Blueface's face, tattooed on hers. People were absolutely furious. It rubbed a lot of her followers the wrong way, and the comment section exploded with anger. Things got so bad that she lost over 200,000 followers in just a few days. That's a huge blow, and it's clear that her actions are starting to alienate people, not just fans, but even those who might have once been supportive. The tattoo situation alone sparked such an intense reaction that it made everything surrounding her even messier. And, of course, people weren't just talking about the tattoo, they were talking about her choices and the consequences she's facing for them. The fact that she made a public statement about moving back into Blueface's house didn't help her cause either. It was like adding fuel to the fire. People started to criticize her for continuously getting involved in the same toxic situations over and over. They were tired of seeing her drag herself into drama.
Cause I'm like, damn, I'm watching all this damn grief on my phone. I start praying and like, Lord, Lord, glory, glory. I keep saying, Lord, Lord, glory, glory. Bless their hearts, like
that had no end in sight. And then, when news came out about Junie's condition, things got even more intense. People felt like Fran wasn't taking the right steps to care for him, especially since it was something she had kept hidden for so long. It's become clear that the whole situation is spiraling, and it's hard to say how much worse it will get. There's so much public scrutiny now, and no matter what Fran says or does, it seems like the damage to her image might already be done. The most troubling part of it all is the impact it's having on Junie. With CPS getting involved, there's now a very real chance that Fran could lose custody of him if the situation doesn't improve. And honestly, at this point, a lot of people are questioning whether that's what's best for Junie, given the circumstances. Fran has been her own worst enemy in this mess, and it doesn't seem like things are going to calm down anytime soon. With all the drama unfolding, it's hard to see a clear way out for her. She's facing backlash on every front, and the more she tries to explain herself, the more things seem to unravel. It's a sad situation all around, but it's hard not to feel like she brought this on herself by constantly putting herself in these toxic situations. What's clear now is that Fran's life is completely upside down. Whether it's dealing with her public image, the fallout from her latest choices, or the looming possibility of losing Junie, there's a lot at stake for her. Fans and critics alike are watching closely to see what she does next, but with all the damage done so far, it's hard to imagine how things could get better from here. A few hours after Fran posted the photo, it blew up with over 400,000 comments, and honestly, nobody was on her side. One person wrote, "Sad as F, same girl who was just wishing he was in jail for exposing her son on Twitter. Do better." And trust me, they were dragging her hard in those comments, no exaggeration. It looked like Fran really felt the heat because she quickly jumped on IG Live to try and explain herself. But while she was talking, people couldn't help but notice Junie.
Whoever want to get mad at me can get mad at me. Y'all gotta stop. First of all, let me tell you about this ghetto, disgusting gutter butt. I don't even want to call her a girl. First of all,
crying hysterically in the background, which only made the situation worse. Of Fran pausing alive to attend to her baby, she just kept on talking while the boy was crying in the back. What made people even more concerned was the fact that the cry didn't sound regular at all, and Fran didn't care enough to check up on him. Even when she finally did, she just gave him a toy to play with and jumped right back on. Fran tried her best to explain herself by saying, "This is real, 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 it's not fake. I don't know why people keep saying it is. I got it professionally done at a place that does great work. She clearly wanted to clear the air, but unfortunately, the drama didn't stop. Soon after, she went live again with Junie, and viewers quickly noticed something seemed off about his face. The comments started flooding in, and before long, people began to speculate that Junie might have fetal alcohol syndrome. The situation just kept spiraling out of control. As people examined Junie's appearance, they pointed out several physical signs that matched fetal alcohol syndrome, like a small head, narrow eye openings, a low nasal bridge, a flat mid-face, and a thin upper lip. Once this information spread, the backlash against Chrisean became even worse. People were upset, thinking that her irresponsible behavior during pregnancy might have caused Junie's condition. If you remember, Chrisean was often seen out partying in the club, drinking and having a good time almost every night while she was pregnant. She spent most of her pregnancy out and about, rarely staying home. People were angry and felt that this was the reason why Junie had the condition, blaming her for putting him at risk. The backlash was swift, and Chrisean's social media following began to drop dramatically. Every day, she lost more followers as people grew tired of her drama and felt disgusted by her actions. Her followers weren't just disappointed, they were genuinely upset by her behavior and the way she seemed to keep making reckless choices. It was clear that people were fed up, and the negativity surrounding her was only growing. It reached a point where things got so bad that someone called the police, claiming that Chrisean was unfit to take care of Junie. This wasn't just idle talk or online rumors anymore, someone had actually taken the step to report her to authorities. A few days ago, Chrisean was on Instagram Live, getting emotional about the ongoing war between Israel and Palestine. She was discussing how sad it was to see innocent lives being lost, but as she was speaking, something unexpected happened. She heard a knock at the door. When Chrisean opened the door, to her surprise, it was the police. Apparently, someone had made an anonymous call to report her, claiming that Junie might not be in a safe environment. The timing couldn't have been worse for Chrisean, who was already under so much public scrutiny. The police arrived in response to the report, which left Chrisean shaken and visibly upset. As she stood there with the police, it was clear that the pressure was getting to her. She had already been struggling to manage the negative comments online, the loss of followers, and now, the possibility of authorities getting involved. It seemed like things were going from bad to worse for her. The whole situation had completely spiraled out of control. Chrisean was already facing so much backlash for her past actions, but now with the police involvement, the drama seemed to reach a whole new level. Fans and critics alike were following every twist and turn of the story, and it seemed like Chrisean was getting closer and closer to losing control of everything. People were questioning her choices as a parent, and the public's anger at her was only growing stronger. It's clear that, at this point, her actions have caught up with her, and there are real consequences to the way she's been living her life. Chrisean is now facing the very real possibility of losing custody of Junie. The CPS investigation is still ongoing, and it's unclear where things will go from here. With her public image in tatters and the drama continuing.
She's trash. She should have never been at my show. So she come to Tamar concert, which I planned, and I will say that, drunk with 1,000 people.
To unfold, Chrisean's life is in a place of extreme uncertainty. If she doesn't make some serious changes, she could find herself not only losing followers but also losing her son. As for the future, it's hard to say what's next for Chrisean. She's shown that she's willing to fight back against her critics, but it remains to be seen if she can turn things around. Right now, it seems like the consequences of her actions are starting to hit home, and the road ahead looks a lot rockier than it ever has before. The question now is whether she'll be able to step up and prove she can be a better mother, or if the public will continue to lose faith in her as time goes on. What is going on with that country? Cause I'm like, damn, I'm watching all this damn grief on my phone. I started praying and like, Lord. Glory, glory, they keep saying Lord GL, glory, glory, bless their hearts, like went in straight pray mode, bro, like I ain't seen so much death on my mother phone. I was like, what the bro, why is the cops at the do what that it's Poe at the door, I don't you know the I'm about to get off of here. Chrisean's life is getting even more complicated. Not only is she at risk of losing custody of Junie, but now she's facing more legal trouble. James Wright has pressed charges against her for physically attacking him. If you remember, a few months ago, Chrisean got into it with James, leaving him with a hurt face and broken teeth. It all went down after she missed her chance to perform with Tamara Braxton on stage. She was supposed to be a guest, but things went off track, leading to her taking it out on James. Chrisean missed her chance to perform with Tamara Braxton because she went looking for her friend. By the time she got back, her performance time was up, and she couldn't get on stage anymore. She got really upset, and unfortunately, James became the target of her anger. He ended up in the hospital with some serious injuries. Around the same time, Tam's best friend, Elle Try, went on a big rant and even threatened to sue Chrisean. A lot of people thought he was just talking, though, and wouldn't actually go through with it. But Chrisean didn't seem to care, saying, "I don't care anymore. If people want to be mad at me, they can be. First of all, let me tell you about this ghetto disgusting gutter, but I don't even want to call her a girl. First of all, she's trash. She should have never been at my show, so she come to tame a concert which I plans, and I will say that I'm drunk with 1,000 people smelling like looking dumb, okay? And so she makes music. I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying, and apparently she wanted to drop a beat, so she was mad that she didn't get to perform. I didn't know she was a performer, and even if I didn't know she was a performer, she was not getting on the stage that everybody has worked there to make. So she see, first of all, you'll see the video, she was up there a drunk fool, okay? She took your man upset because she didn't get to perform. So again, you'll saw her show her dumb during Love and War. She ruined the song, she ruined the concert, she ruined the moment. So then she go backstage and she is upset, okay, because she didn't get to perform her ringtone. So she storms in Tamer's dressing room with 1,000 people, okay, and everybody's like, nobody knew you were supposed to perform a song. We didn't even know that you made music. We thought you was on Zeus, right? So everybody's trying to calm her down. She's in there like a dungeon dragon, right? So then James is like, oh, it wasn't on per, like nobody tried to like shade you. We didn't know that you were supposed to sing. She like, lie again, and James like, no, nobody knew, and she hit James right in his face. James ended up with a bloody face after Chrisean slapped him. He went back to the house, and Tamara made it clear she wasn't going to let this go. She said she was working with the authorities to make sure Chrisean faced serious consequences for what she did, especially since James's nose wouldn't, because she's been one of the loudest voices in this whole saga. From day one, she's made it clear that she doesn't approve of Chrisean, and honestly, the feeling seems mutual. Remember when stopped bleeding? Tamara promised, she's going to prison for this. She added, we all work hard to make this tour amazing, and no one has the right to mess that up. You can't just show up at someone's show and cause drama. That's not how it works. Will I ever let anyone get away, come to anything that anybody I know and care about plan and work hard for and assault them, and I'm letting it go. So I want everybody to let Kat know, crossing whoever she is, and whatever she does, I'm coming for every coin she has, and you'll know me, I'm not going to stop. I can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller Records, you do not come to my show and assault people that are working on my show, okay? I might not have sang Love and War, but I'm the only reason, like he wasn't just. Looks like Tamara wasn't bluffing after all. James actually went through with the lawsuit and is taking Chrisean to court soon. For Chrisean, things are only getting worse. After the lawsuit was filed, she tweeted that she was leaving the country, saying, "The nation is more my speed. Thank God I can wake up and fly anywhere." But at this point, she really needs to focus on fixing her public image. On top of all that, she's now on CPS's radar, and they'll be watching her closely until they get all the information they need. Enough evidence to snatch her son from her for good. As usual, people had a whole lot to say about this situation, like this person who said at this point someone needs to step in and investigate. Had this been anyone else, the baby would have been taken. I really pray he doesn't have fetal alcohol syndrome. This is no joke. Another person said, so many of us have been saying that baby has special needs, and we were right. What makes it so bad is that people continue to defend her and her actions. I just wonder what do you think about the cops showing up at Chrisean's place? Do you believe Junie will actually be taken away from her? I really want to know what you think, so drop a comment below. Also, don't forget to check out this other messy video I've got linked here. This whole situation is like a circus, but definitely not the fun kind. And word on the street is Blueface is involved too. Things are about to get even crazier. A lot more. The mystery is getting even crazier. Fans are totally confused about whether Blueface is actually out of prison. A video popped up showing him talking to a fan on a prison call, and now everyone's left scratching their heads. Is he still locked up? Did he get out early? And if he's still in, how did he end up marrying Chrisean? The whole timeline is as messy as their relationship. To add to the chaos, Chrisean has been really quiet on social media lately, which is pretty unusual for her. There have been no cryptic posts, no rants, and no selfies with a wedding ring. Could this be the calm before another social media storm? It wouldn't be surprising, considering the history of chaos between Blueface and Chrisean Rock. Their relationship has been nothing short of toxic. It all started back in 2020 when Blueface launched his reality show, Blue Girls Club, where a group of women competed for his attention. Chrisean, with her larger-than-life personality and fiery determination, quickly stood out. quickly became a standout. Not only did she win the love of Blueface, but she also earned a spot on his record label. However, their love story was far from romantic, from stealing cars to breaking into Blueface's house and literally signing her name in blood. Crin's behavior quickly raised eyebrows, and things only got more chaotic from their family feuds, drama, and fights that shocked the internet. If you thought their drama was just between the two of them, think again. Chrisean didn't just clash with Blueface, she took on his. In May 2022, things got heated when a fight between Chrisean, Blueface's mom, and his sister went viral. And let's just say, it wasn't a pretty sight. Chrisean later opened up about what happened, saying she had to defend herself after Blueface's mom started throwing things at her. I fought his mom because she disrespected both him and me. Then his sister came at me the next day, and I had to handle that too, she said, unapologetically. Some fans were backing her up, but others were shocked by the whole thing. No matter where people stood, the damage was done, and the feud between Chrisean and Blueface family just got worse. Became a recurring theme in their chaotic saga, the Zeus Network effect. Let's not forget the role of Zeus Network in all this chaos. Their show Crazy and Love has turned Blueface and Chrisean's toxic relationship into entertainment. From public fights to shocking confessions, the series has given fans a front row seat to their dysfunction and arguably encouraged it. Many fans have criticized the network for exploiting the couple's struggles, while others can't help but tune in for the drama, pregnancy, paternity tests, and, as if the marriage rumors weren't enough, the drama kicked up even more in 2023 when Chrisean announced she was pregnant. But in true Chrisean and Blueface style, things didn't go smoothly. Instead of celebrating the news, Blueface publicly denied being the father, claiming Chrisean had been with multiple men. Yep, he really went there. Naturally, Chrisean wasn't going to just let that slide. She clapped back, accusing him of being petty and trying to stir up drama because they were fighting at the time. But hold up, there's more to this messy situation. Things got even crazier when Blueface's mom, who's pretty much always involved in their drama, jumped in and accused Chrisean of faking her pregnancy. She even offered to pay for an ultrasound to prove it wasn't real. But Chrisean wasn't having it. She fired back by sharing a video of her ultrasound, clearly showing she was really expecting. Even with that, the drama didn't settle down. Blueface's mom, always causing trouble, didn't let up. And we can't forget Carissa, who's been one of the loudest voices in this whole messy situation. Voices in this whole saga from day one. She's made it clear that she doesn't approve of Chrisean, and honestly the feeling seems mutual. Remember when Chrisean fought Carissa and Blueface's sister? Yeah, those wounds haven't healed. Carissa has also been vocal about how she thinks Blueface and Chrisean are not meant for each other.